And the liver is the only organ in the body that has the ability to regrow.
In this video, we take you through Barbara O'Neill's extensive lecture on the liver, an organ she rightfully describes as the project manager of our body. We will discuss what she suggests to heal the liver naturally so you can make your own decisions about healing your liver. Barbara O'Neill, a naturopath and natural health practitioner from Australia, has faced significant regulatory action from government health authorities, primarily because of her promotion of alternative health practices. By restricting access to alternative health information and practices, governments maintain control over the healthcare market, ensuring that only approved treatments, often involving pharmaceuticals, are widely used. Alternative viewpoints, particularly those that challenge conventional medicine, are often censored or discredited. This is seen as a way to maintain the status quo and prevent information that could empower individuals to take control of their own health from getting out.
Your liver I call the project manager, because on a job site, all the plumbers come to the project manager, the painters come to the project manager. The project manager is orchestrating the job site. So that's what your liver's doing. It's orchestrating the job site, of course, which is the human body.
This analogy is a fitting introduction to understanding the liver's multifaceted role. The liver is involved in almost every metabolic process in the body, processing nutrients, detoxifying harmful substances, and managing the storage and release of energy. It truly is the project manager, ensuring that every worker in your body has what they need to function properly.
So a few facts on the liver. The liver is the largest internal organ in the body, and the liver is the only organ in the body that has the ability to regrow. And when you understand the liver, when you understand what it does, and it's the role that it plays, you'll understand why God made it so. You see, cancer cannot get a hold on the body if the liver's working in optimum performance.
The liver's ability to regenerate is indeed one of its most astonishing features. Even after significant damage, the liver can restore itself to full function. This regenerative power is critical, especially in cases of liver disease or injury. Barbara O'Neill warns of the dangers of the modern diet, particularly the overconsumption of carbohydrates.
And never in the history of mankind have human beings eaten so many carbohydrates. So we're going to do a carbohydrate assessment. And I want you to tell me what most Americans had for breakfast this morning. Yeah, toast. So here we've got bread. Cereal's a very popular one.
Donuts.
Donuts. Surely not. And we talked about the healthiest part of the donut, didn't we? Which is the hole in the middle. So we'll say for the donuts, the cakes, you call them biscuits.
The Western diet, characterized by high intakes of refined carbohydrates and sugars, has indeed become a significant public health concern. O'Neill's critique is well-founded, as this diet pattern is linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The liver, which processes these carbohydrates, becomes overwhelmed when they are consumed in excess, leading to fat accumulation in the liver cells, a precursor to more severe liver conditions. Continuing on the topic of carbohydrates, O'Neill explains the biochemical impact of high carbohydrate intake.
All of these foods break down in the gastrointestinal tract to a singular structure called glucose. Now the glucose goes on the M1 main highway, portal vein, straight to the project manager. And then the project manager determines where this glucose goes.
Here, O'Neill accurately describes the process of carbohydrate digestion and glucose metabolism. Once carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, the liver plays a crucial role in managing this glucose, either by using it for energy, storing it as glycogen, or converting it into fat if there is excess. This process is tightly regulated by insulin, a hormone that the liver also helps to manage. Insulin resistance, often a consequence of excessive carbohydrate intake, can lead to metabolic syndrome and other health issues. Barbara O'Neill shares the story of Dr. Robert Atkins and his revolutionary low-carb diet.
Now, Dr. Robert Atkins knew that science. So he looked at himself getting this, what we call spare tire. So he decided to do an experiment on himself. He decided to stop all carbohydrates. What did he eat? He ate a lot of vegetables, okay? And a lot of people don't realise that, with the exclusion of the potato. So he was eating a lot of fibre. And he knew also that the gastrointestinal tract needed to move through the next two food groups. He ate a lot of meat, butter, cream, cheese, eggs. So there was his protein. And meat, butter, cream, cheese, eggs was also supplying another food group, which was fat. Remember, he just experimented on himself. A few things happened. His weight just fell off. So he started to put some of his patients on this. Oh, they were so happy they can eat anything they can't usually eat on a weight loss diet. Weight's falling off them. Within 6 months, he had all his patients on the diet. After a year, a few things started happening which he was unprepared for.
The Atkins Diet, though controversial, brought attention to the potential benefits of low-carbohydrate diets, particularly for weight loss and managing diabetes. O'Neill's account highlights the diet's unexpected outcomes, such as cancer remission.
His cancer patients were going into remission. How so? Do you remember what cancer cells are consuming? 15 times the glucose of any other cell. This is a low glucose diet. His diabetics were coming off their medication. This is type 1 and type 2 diabetics.
O'Neill's assertion that carbohydrates are a non-essential food group might be startling, but it's rooted in the fact that while carbohydrates provide energy, they are not strictly necessary for survival. Our bodies can generate energy from fats and proteins through processes like gluconeogenesis. The problem arises when we consume too many refined carbohydrates, which can lead to excess fat storage and insulin resistance, as O'Neill points out.
Now, this information tells us straight away it's not the butter on the bread, it's the bread under the butter that's the problem. And that's what Atkins found.
This segment of O'Neill's lecture challenges the traditional narrative that dietary cholesterol and saturated fat are the primary causes of heart disease. Recent research has indeed questioned the link between cholesterol levels and heart disease, suggesting that inflammation and insulin resistance may play more significant roles.
To blame cholesterol for heart disease is like blaming the fire trucks for the fire. It's like blaming the ambulances for the accidents. Well, they must have caused it. Have you noticed that they're always there? Can you see that reasoning?
O'Neill's comparison of cholesterol to fire trucks and ambulances is a compelling metaphor, emphasizing that cholesterol's presence at the site of arterial damage doesn't mean it caused the damage. It's there as part of the body's repair mechanism. Barbara O'Neill provides a detailed explanation of the liver's detoxification process, describing it in 3 phases.
Within 36 hours of starting the detox, phase 2 kicks in. And phase 2 basically comes to the rescue. In phase 2, the liver takes this highly toxic metabolite and joins it together with amino acids. The union of this highly toxic metabolite with the amino acids, in fact the scientific term is conjugated, basically joins it together like that. So the conjugation of the amino acids and the toxic metabolite releases the water-soluble state, or converts it to a water-soluble. And remember, as a water-soluble toxin, it can be easily released out of the body. So phase 3 happens in conjunction with phase 2. So in phase 3, the body takes the water-soluble state and it releases it out via your sweat glands.
O'Neill's breakdown of the liver's detoxification process is an excellent summary of how the liver handles toxins. Phase 1 involves the activation of toxins, which can actually make them more harmful if not followed by phase 2, where these toxins are neutralized by conjugation with molecules like amino acids. Finally, in phase 3, these now water-soluble substances are excreted from the body. Supporting this process with a nutrient-rich diet, as O'Neill suggests, can enhance the liver's ability to detoxify efficiently. O'Neill emphasizes the need for antioxidants during detoxification.
So what does phase 2 need? What does the body need to support the liver to cope with this toxic metabolite? It needs antioxidants. And antioxidants, they basically mop up the free radicals, these free radicals. So what are the most potent antioxidants? Beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is found in all your orange and your green coloured vegetables. Also probably the most famous antioxidant is vitamin C, also vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin.
Antioxidants are indeed crucial for combating oxidative stress, which occurs when the body detoxifies harmful substances. O'Neill's recommendation to include foods high in beta-carotene, vitamin C and vitamin E aligns with scientific findings that these nutrients help protect cells from damage. This is particularly important during detoxification, when the body may produce more free radicals. Barbara O'Neill takes a historical view on diet, reflecting on how eating habits have evolved.
So historically, people ate, on the whole, a lot of vegetables. And let's go back to even more primitive times when there wasn't refrigeration. If an animal was killed, they would dry a lot of it, they'd have a big feast for a couple of days, but they may not eat meat again for another month. What did they eat? A lot of vegetables, roots, things that they grew.
O'Neill's historical perspective offers valuable context for understanding modern dietary challenges. Historically, people consumed fewer processed foods and more whole foods, which were nutrient-dense and lower in refined carbohydrates. The shift to a diet high in processed foods has contributed to the rise in chronic diseases like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. O'Neill's call to return to a more traditional diet, rich in vegetables and whole foods, is supported by a growing body of evidence suggesting that such diets are better for long-term health. O'Neill explains the critical role of protein and fat in the diet, particularly in supporting liver function and overall health.
Protein's essential. 50% of the membrane around every cell in the body is protein. 50% of the membrane around every cell in the body is fat. In fact, the brain's the fattiest organ in the body, and you know what it loves to eat? Fat.
O'Neill's emphasis on protein and fat reflects the importance of these macronutrients in maintaining cellular integrity and supporting brain health. Protein is necessary for building and repairing tissues, while fats, particularly healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acids, are vital for brain function. Her statement that the brain loves to eat fat is accurate, as the brain is composed largely of fat, and healthy fats are essential for cognitive function. Barbara O'Neill provides a detailed discussion on cholesterol, challenging common misconceptions.
So let's have a look at cholesterol. There are two main types. One is high-density lipoprotein called HDL, high-density lipoprotein, and LDL. HDL is usually called the good guy, and the reason for that is it's the carrier. So it carries excess cholesterol from the blood back into the liver. That's why it's called the good guy. LDL is called the bad guy. But what you've got to remember is the body doesn't make anything bad. It has a role. So what is its role? Its role is that of a repairer and a rebuilder. So wherever there's damage, you're going to find LDL because it's the repairer and the rebuilder. But it plays another role. It delivers cholesterol to the brain because the brain loves cholesterol.
O'Neill's discussion on cholesterol is part of a broader movement to re-evaluate the role of cholesterol in health. Cholesterol is indeed essential for many bodily functions, including the production of hormones and the formation of cell membranes. The distinction between LDL and HDL cholesterol has been oversimplified in the past, and recent research suggests that the focus should be on the quality and type of lipids rather than just their levels. O'Neill's argument that LDL plays a crucial role in repair and brain health is supported by emerging studies. O'Neill discusses how toxins stored in fat cells are released during detox.
Your fat cells, as they're getting broken down to give you that excess glucose or extra glucose that you need, the fat-soluble toxins are being released. They're back into the blood. The liver says, oh, not this guy again.
This section of O'Neill's lecture touches on a crucial aspect of detoxification. When fat cells are broken down, particularly during weight loss or fasting, the toxins stored within them can be released back into the bloodstream. This can cause a temporary increase in toxin levels, making it essential to support the liver's detoxification pathways, as O'Neill suggests. Ensuring that the liver has adequate nutrients, like antioxidants and amino acids, can help it process and eliminate these toxins effectively. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the importance of supporting liver detoxification with a nutrient-rich diet.
Can you see that we are nutritionally supporting your liver to effectively detoxify you? I'm going to put this sideways because they are not antioxidants, but your liver needs them at this stage, and that is your minerals. And your minerals are in everything, especially that broth at night. Also your juices with your organic fruits and vegetables, and that little bit of Celtic salt that you're having before every glass of water, and vitamin B.
O'Neill's approach to supporting liver detoxification through diet is sound and aligns with current nutritional recommendations. The liver requires a range of nutrients to carry out its detoxification processes, including vitamins B, C, and E, as well as minerals like zinc and selenium. These nutrients help the liver neutralize toxins and prepare them for excretion. By consuming a diet rich in these nutrients, particularly through whole foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, we can enhance the liver's ability to detoxify and protect our overall health. Barbara O'Neill concludes her lecture by recommending certain herbs that can support liver function.
Now, there are a couple of herbs that you might be interested to know that specifically have a tonic effect on the liver. In Psalm 104, verse 14, the Bible says that God gave herbs for the service of man. Lemon, the humble lemon, has a great tonic effect. So let's look at some bitter herbs. Dandelion. Dandelion is a well-known liver herb. Also St. Mary's thistle. St. Mary's thistle is also called milk thistle. And gentian, this is not as well known. Gentian is also an incredibly bitter herb, and a sweet bitter is ginger.
Herbal remedies have been used for centuries to support liver health, and modern research is beginning to validate many of these traditional uses. Lemon, for instance, is known for its ability to stimulate bile production, aiding in digestion and detoxification. Dandelion and St. Mary's thistle are well-known liver tonics that can help protect liver cells and promote regeneration. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties and can aid digestion.
So there's some of the herbs that stimulate the liver. Remember, the liver is a recoverable organ.
As we wrap up this special report on Barbara O'Neill's lecture on the liver, it's clear that the liver is a vital organ deserving of our attention and care. From managing our metabolism to detoxifying harmful substances, the liver works tirelessly to keep us healthy. O'Neill's insights remind us we can heal our liver by supporting it through a balanced diet rich in nutrients and being mindful of our carbohydrate and toxin intake. Thank you for joining us as we explored healing the liver with the wisdom of Barbara O'Neill. Please be sure to subscribe for more. What was the most informative part of our report today? Let us know in the comments.